Hello, everyone. So today we are going to explore a very powerful, battle-tested method for solving complex problems. That is the AD approach to root cause analysis. So whether you are in manufacturing, customer service, IT, or even healthcare, this process can transform how your teams handle and prevent those recurring issues. So before we dive into the 8 steps, let's talk about the origin of this 8D process. This 8D process was developed by Ford Motor Company in the late 1980s as a way to standardize how engineers tackled their recurring persistent quality issues. But since then, it has been adopted worldwide, not just in automotive sector, but also in industries like aerospace, consumer electronics, logistics, IT services, and even healthcare. Now, the process itself can be broken into down into 8 disciplines or steps, from forming your team, that is D1, to recognize your people at the end, to that is D8. So every step serves a purpose. So along the way, we also use the tools like 5 whys, brainstorming, fishbone diagram, Pareto charts, and control chart to support our decisions with data, not just by gut feeling. So in real life, things can go wrong. Machines fail, systems glitch, processes break. So what we need is a structured and repeatable way to find out why and fix it. So not just do some patching. The 8D method helps the teams to collaborate, think deeply, and build those permanent solutions, permanent fixes. So that's why it is trusted by the best of the companies. So every team, every great problem-solving effort taken by the team, again starts with the great teamwork. So in D1, we gather a cross-functional group, people from engineering, quality, R&D, operations, quality, and maybe supply chain, procurement, and more. So you can each is bringing a different perspective towards that problem solving. So roles like team leader, the recorder, and technical domain experts, are clearly assigned. So it is all about the alignment and the ownership from day one. So clearly, the D2 step is about the describing the problem. So clarity is the key. So D2 is where we define the issue precisely using tools like 5W, 2H, that is what, where, when, why, who, how, and how much. So this ensures everyone is aligned on what we are actually trying to fix. We support this with charts or data logs and even customer feedback and whatever helps, to get that full picture or to paint that full picture. Now, D3 is about the implementing those interim containment actions. So before we go fixing the things, we need to stop the bleeding first. So D3 is about immediate temporary actions to contain the issue. Contain means we call it the containment action. So maybe it's isolating a batch of parts or rolling back a system update. So these measures protect consumers and customers and buy us some time, for deeper investigation. Now, D4 is about identifying the root cause. This is like a detective work. So using tools like brainstorming along with fishbone diagram, which is also known as Ishikawa diagram, as you know, or cause and effect diagram, and integrated 5 whys. So we dig beyond those symptoms to uncover the real reason the problem has occurred. So we back our finding with data using maybe histograms or scatter plots and trend charts wherever needed. Step D5 is to choose and verify those corrective actions. So now we brainstorm on the solutions, but we don't just pick the flashiest data or the flashiest idea, or we evaluate those solutions using some criterias, simulations, or doing some pilot testing. The goal is to find a fix that works and won't cause any problems or cause new problems. So DeFi is to choose and verify those corrective actions. D6 is about implementing and validating those corrective actions. So it's time to act. So we roll out the selected corrective actions across the relevant areas where whether it is production, software, or the process, and we monitor closely with control charts or KPIs to ensure it's actually working under real world conditions. D7 is step is about preventing those recurrence. So a real solution is not complete until it sticks. The D7 is about updating the standard operating procedures, SOPs, retraining the staff, or making systemic changes to prevent the same issue from resurfacing. So this is where short-term fixes become long-term improvements. Then D8 is about the recognition of the team. This step is again often overlooked, but it is so important to motivate the team. So we celebrate the people who did the work because problem solving is not easy. Problem solving, it takes effort, time, and collaboration. So it's a way to build that morale and reinforce a culture of continuous improvement. Now let's take a real life example of say automotive recall. So let's see the AD in action. In this case, a car maker discovered that there was that airbag deployment was a failure. So a full AD investigation, all these 8 steps, revealed that a chemical in the inflator module was degrading, and the company recalled all the vehicles, updated supplier specs, and added more rigorous testing. So problem is fixed, trust is again regained. Now let's take a manufacturing case of soldering defects in PCB. So this is a factory case, in which a printed circuit board line found excessive solder bridges. The root cause is the reflow of oven temperature profile was off. Again, what is the solution? Solution is recalibration, thermal profiling, and operator training. So what's the result? Lower defect rates and better consistency. Now let's take a case of a service process as such, like typical case of IT support delay. So even service teams can use this 8D approach or 8D steps or method. So a tech company, in this case, this help desk was missing those critical tickets. And after analysis, the culprit was the bad auto prioritization logic. So they updated those rules, trained the staff, and added those manual overrides. And the tickets resolution time improved, and so did this customer satisfaction. So 8D is, in its action, in action in across all industries. So the beauty of 8D is that it works everywhere, whether it is manufacturing or services. It reduces defects in technological sector. It solves those service delays in healthcare. It prevents patient safety incidents, enhance the patient experience. And companies like GE, Siemens, Bosch, Boeing, IBM, and many multinational companies, they are using this approach. So it's a core part of the quality culture at firms that care about customer experience and operational excellence. So here is a snapshot of the whole process. Each step follows into the next, but it's also iterative, so you can loop back if needed. So this flow chart helps you, the teams, to stay on track and communicate clearly throughout the journey. So what are the summary? What is the summary? There is steps, tools used, and the outcomes. So let's wrap with summary from D1 to D8. We are using this structured process, practical tools, and cross-functional teams to solve those complex problems and prevent them from coming back. So thanks for joining this session. I would love to hear your thoughts and what kind of challenges have you faced in problem solving. Have you used 8D or maybe 5 Eyes or Fishbone with your teams? So let's share and learn from each other. Thank you.